watching Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
And who do we have here?
We have one of my friends, somebody I've known for a long time and performed with for so many years, Shawn Hollenbach.
Hey,
Welcome back.
how's it going, guys?
Great.
Great. It's so great to be here.
Oh, super.
Super duper. Ja, wir sind deutsch. Wir sind sehr deutsch.
Super duper. This is a little known fact, but Shawn, when he puts makeup on, turns into a beautiful woman.
Yes.
It was something we did like a million years ago.
Yes.
I don't even remember, like...
I don't remember the context or why we did it. I think it's such a blur, those comedy years.
Yeah.
We used to have together.
Well, we were talking about this on Sunday night. There was a bunch of us that all hung out and performed when comics was open, and we hung out in Ochi's Lounge in the
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, the show I did Sunday night is called Closet Cases, and it's Shawn's show. And you had you had been producing it for a while, and then you kind of stopped.
Yeah.
You gave it a rest.
I did. So I used to do the show originally with Alan Warnock back in 2005. It was called Coming Out, the lighter side of coming out of the closet. Because we're like,
That's long.
It's a comedy show. It's a really long title. And they got rebranded as Closet Cases, which was dramatic then, hilarious now, was the tagline. And then William Mullen produced it in Provincetown for a couple years, and it just sort of lay dormant for a while. And then our good friend, Poppy Kramer, brought it up to me earlier this summer, and she said, I would love to bring a show back. It's so good, we should do this together. And then she unfortunately passed away. And so I thought, that's a sign that we have to do the show and bring it back to its former glory.
And you have?
Yes, and Cara killed at the show on Sunday. It was so good.
I heard, I think it was either David Hodorowski or the gentleman sitting next to him. She has long hair. That cracked me up. I was like, oh, in my head. But what's different about the show now is that you're turning it into a podcast as well.
Yeah, so back in the day, would just take the set and I put it on iTunes, and there was no context. It was just sort of like introducing the comic, and then they would just do their set. And it was funny, but it was poor quality, and it just wasn't very good, but we did get some subscribers. So I transferred the podcast into a new server, libsyn.com. And then, and now what we're doing is we're putting elements of the live performance and then an interview section into the podcast.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very fun. And I think it sort of adds a little bit more of an element of heart along with the comedy. So it's, these coming out and transitioning stories where it's hilarious on stage because it's sort of built to be that, although there's lots of heartfelt moments on stage as well. And I think it's kind of cool that it's also at Stonewall.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the birthplace of gay rights, and then we have the show where people talk about their dawning of coming into their own as an LGBTQ person. So I think it's pretty cool and pretty fun. And
your lineups have been fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, this past show, we had Claudia Kogan, who you know from Weinstein's Night Train on Stars. We had Ames Beckerman, who did Risk, and we had Adolfo Blair, who's hilarious.
God.
He had these crazy videos of him as a kid, basically dancing and voguing to Madonna, doing rollerblading, Thai Babylonia style to Madonna's own father.
That was so impressive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love the stories. I love how cathartic it is for everyone. And there was even a straight couple who was there. And what I loved about them is that they were there because their nephew just came out of the closet, and they just wanted to hear stories where they feel like they could relate to their nephew, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's been really fun, interesting crowds that have been coming out. And then we had two podcasts that have already launched. We had Kelsey Bailey a couple weeks ago, and then we had Keith Price launch on Thursday, and David Hodorowski's episode is on this coming Thursday.
Okay.
And you have to record yours, so
yeah,
I'm very excited.
Yeah. I have to go. I love Keith Price. He is just.
We need to get him back.
We do.
He's so good.
I've always loved him, and he's just always been like a part. He's always been one of those people throughout the years doing comedy, like for me, that I always looked up to. You
Oh, yeah.
know, and he's just so warm and hilarious, and like everybody that you have gotten to do the show. It's once a month, right?
Yes, so we're doing it once a month at Stonewall. The dates are we're figuring out what day of the week it's going to be on. So this past week was on a Sunday. The next one's going to be Wednesday, November 14th, and the following one's going to be on a Monday, December 17th.
And you figure out what works best. So.
Yeah, and then we'll just go forward. It's just kind of what the dates that they had, and we'll just see which one, which date or which day of the week sort of finds a better audience.
Yeah.
I was thinking originally Mondays, just because we do have people who perform on Broadway that they could do the Monday performance.
Yeah.
And so it's a light night, so I think it's sometimes you have a better opportunity of getting people into the venue on a Monday because you don't have
Yeah.
as much competition. But you know,
That's true.
except for must-see TV.
And Shawn is also one of those people that's always been. I don't know. You've just always been there in my comedy life, like from the get-go. I remember.
Oh yeah.
What was that place? Mo Pitkins.
Oh yeah. I love that venue.
Yes, when Carolyn was doing Chicks and Giggles.
Oh yeah, Chicks and Giggles, such a fun show.
Yeah.
I loved it there. But I think Jimmy Fallon was a investor in Mo Pitkins, which is kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, and Jenny Rubin and I used to do this show called Oh My God with these wackadoo weirdo characters that didn't make any sense. We were like, oh my God.
Yes.
And then we had Brian and Rex for the names. And the first show we ever did, it was at the second floor in Mo Pitkins, and we had like zero audience. We had like maybe 3 people plus the comics there. And we're standing there, we're just doing our opening bit, and in comes Jimmy Fallon while we're doing our stupid set. And our characters, we thought doesn't care about his celebrity, so he just never announced it to the room, but it only made everyone else feel more uncomfortable that he was in there. We didn't say, oh, it's Jimmy Fallon, who do you think you are? You're so frank. We didn't say that. Weird characters, I don't understand either. But we used to do that for a while.
I remember that.
But Jenny and I used to howl. We thought it was so funny. And I still love it. It's just the audience never really found an audience.
I thought it was funny.
It's so weird.
I know. That's why I like it.
We used to hold up weird pictures of different trends that we
Okay.
made up. We're like, you know, it's really trendy. You know, a lot of people are adopting babies from different countries. We adopted an alien baby named Mac. Like, what the fuck is that? Or like, do you want to end as a beard of bees? And we had pictures and we hold them up. I don't understand what we were talking about, but we thought it was so funny.
It is funny. Well, because guys at home, you just don't know Jenny Rubin. She's one of the funniest people on the planet. I love anything that comes out of her mouth.
Yeah, she is hysterical. One of my favorites.
Oh God.
I think she's one of the first people I met in comedy. Her and Laura Menino, we were in a improv group in Brooklyn called the Naked Pigeons. We didn't choose the name. We just auditioned for this group, and then we ended up sort of firing the person who was the director and started our own group. And then because we booked a show at Caroline's, but we wanted it to be under our like the way we thought it should be.
Yeah.
Stupid kids, dumb kids. What were you thinking?
Oh my God. Oh wait, this is like me reminiscing right now with you. Well, that was the other thing. Like we all got to catch up with each other Sunday night. It had been so long. But you did this joke. Oh, it was the rollerblading joke.
Oh my God. Someone brought that up to me the other day, and I don't really remember it. Like,
Shawn did this joke. It was about being bullied in high school.
and then like rollerblading away from my bullies, right?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
it was such a physical joke that by the time he finished it, his face was beet red. All the veins were popping out because you threw yourself into that 100%, and that joke made me laugh, piss my pants every single time you did it.
I wish I could remember.
I know.
I feel like I have joke amnesia. I don't remember any of my jokes anymore.
You used to keep a spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, I have a very, I don't even know where it is anymore, but a very
was so
serious
impressed.
spreadsheet about different categories, what level of joke they were, and then I had to, I now work for A&E Networks, And we're doing a Christmas special with the One Tree Hill cast because they're doing a Christmas movie for Lifetime. And they asked me to be the warm-up comic. And Ali Breslin, who's the producer of the show, said, you know what? We're going to have you plan for 10 minutes, but it's going to be more like 5. And so half hour later, I'm still on stage, and I'm trying to remember all my old jokes because I did a bunch of crowd work, and it was just like they were at the point where I can't answer any more of your questions. I don't want to do a dance thing.
Right.
And I'm like, David Hodorowski, who's also a comedian, was there. And I said, David, what are some of my old jokes? He's like, you can't do any of them. Like, they're not appropriate. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I love that. Oh, I can't do that one. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. It's like family-friendly audience.
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
boy.
But I wish I could have remembered that one because I think that one was probably family-friendly.
Sort of.
Ish. I don't remember it.
It was you chasing Christians or something.
Oh, yes. I do remember this now on rollerblades. Gosh.
Oh my.
The years. The years. Oh.
But I'm so glad that you've brought Closet Cases back.
Yeah, I think it's so great. I think I'm trying to bring in people who've never done it before, which has been proven to be difficult since I've sort of left the comedy community, at least from a booking standpoint.
Right.
And so if you're a comedian and want to tell your coming out story, go to closetcasesshow.com. And but I'm working with some of the younger people who are doing the show who are giving me lists of people because we
Sal
also
Capizzi. Sal Capizzi.
Sal Capizzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that information.
I will. I'll tweet. I'll message it to you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also, we hadn't had trans stories before, which I think has been really important to tell. So Ames Beckerman told his story, which I thought was really great. Very touching, very emotional, but I thought but hilarious moments at the top.
Well,
They were so
that
great.
too was like, we've known Ames since Ames was
Amy.
Amy, and you know, like we watched him, like, I mean, just the jokes and it's just I was so fascinated sitting there as audience when other comics were performing, listening to them.
Yeah.
You know, like Claudia she's always so good, but she was so good and just it made me wish comics was still open.
I know. Now it's like a restaurant. Or like some buffet or something is basically what happened to it.
Buffet?
Yeah, buffet in the meatpacking district, no less. Yeah.
All you can eat for 1995.
Exactly. And get your Cosmo, or whatever they drink in the meatpacking district. Was it mojitos this summer? Who knows?
So they've probably moved on to
Something else. Yeah, Moscow Mule. I don't know.
Probably.
Probably Moscow Mules. I don't even like them. So much sugar. So much sugar.
Who can keep up? Who can keep up?
Who can keep up? Oh, with all the drinking and the things and the whatever.
Well, who are you going to have next month?
Next month, Frank.
Oh, do you have a date yet?
I do.
Okay.
It's November 14th at 7 p.m. in Stonewall. We have Jess Tom. We have, gosh, I wish I would have prepared better. Frank DeCaro is going to be on from The Daily Show. Mindy Raff from MTV's Girl Code. And we have, I can't remember the other person. And then I'm booking another one. So more to come. And then we'll actually have the whole lineup on closetcasesshow.com, where you can also listen to the podcast too,
Yeah.
which is really fun.
Okay.
I have to subscribe to that.
Subscribe, rate, and
Yeah.
take a listen. I think you'll like the new format. It's very good.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really fun format.
That's great.
Yeah, it sounds pretty. It's a good cut.
Yeah, it's good.
I said that. I was like, it's a good cut, which is Sarah Silverman from her special, Jesus is Magic.
Yeah,
Very funny.
I loved that movie. Robin and I went to go see that together. We were the only two people laughing out loud.
Do people at that time, I don't think they really understood Sarah Silverman's humor, but I think she's a genius. I loved her Sarah Silverman's program too. So funny. Where she had Brian, what's his name, played her gay best friend. I don't know. I have no memory for names.
That guy from that show.
The guy from that show, you know, the Sarah Silverman
that
program.
One. Yeah.
Very good. Very, very good. Very good. But you are hilarious, by the way.
Thanks.
And so funny.
Thanks.
I'm just so glad to see you back doing stand-up again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then when you said makeup in the beginning, I didn't put the connection together, but we actually met playing prostitutes in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did I not know this?
Because it was a million years ago.
It was.
I don't think we ever saw the movie.
I actually found it on I found it on Vimeo.
No.
The lead posted it on her account, which is crazy. And so basically, I was a drag queen with a huge rooted wig.
You were so pretty.
So pretty, but I had like Britney belly a little bit. Like it was just
No.
like it was not tight, but it was fine.
You were wearing those little hot pants.
And then also running in heels in the woods, away from this pirate monster. That I know it's a gay movie with a pirate monster.
Yeah, that was weird.
And with Robin Cloud,
Yeah.
we're 3 prostitutes at a truck stop.
Oh, good Lord.
Which is funny because my first job was at a truck stop, so it brought back all these memories. You know, it's just like one of those
Different line of work?
different line of work. I mean, in front of the counter, behind the counter, wherever you can get it. It was, you know.
I forgot about the heels part. You in those heels.
Yes. And that was after I got hit by a car. So it was like,
Oh my God.
do you remember that?
Yes.
In
Yes.
2008, I was hit by a car. I was
Super Bowl Sunday,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. I consider it a hate crime. going to brunch Super Bowl Sunday, and it was kind of crazy. And I was in bed for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I didn't even go to
Yeah.
work. And I used to tell this joke a long time ago, and it was one of those things like I couldn't go on dates or anything. So this is back in the day because I put an ad on Craigslist, and my ad said patient looking for male nurse, and I got one response, and it was, "Is this Shawn?"
No.
I am not even joking. And it was a friend of mine that lived in the neighborhood who like picked up all the cues. 'Cause I lived at Inwood, so it wasn't like a ton of ads that were
Yeah.
there. So that was kind of crazy.
Oh my God.
Kind of crazy. And my mother-in-law is probably watching this. Sorry, Ruthie.
No.
Oh man. Yeah, my husband Chip the other day was saying, you know what, sometimes it freaks me out to think my mom's probably seen everything you've done online.
We need to talk after the show about where I can find that movie.
Oh yeah, I can find it to you. I actually made GIFs of us that I put on my Tumblr, so I can show it to you.
Oh my God.
Shawn Hollenbach.tumblr.com.
Okay. Is it a clean Tumblr or is it a?
Oh no, very clean.
Oh, okay.
Very clean. It's mostly entertainment GIFs and things like lots
Okay.
of Oscars reactions and RuPaul and probably Amy Sedaris. Those types of things. Very clean, very G-rated. Oh, and
On Tumblr?
I know, on Tumblr. I'm using it wrong. And I even work at social media. What am I even doing? I should have porn.
Porn. The internet's for porn.
It's true.
Yeah. Avenue Q.
Avenue
Yes.
Q. Oh,
I took my nephew to his first musical, and that was it.
oh, wow. I just saw the Head Over Heels,
really?
which is actually written by Jeff Whitty, who wrote the script for Avenue Q.
Really?
Yes. It's actually really, really fun. It's a really fun show. It actually tackles a lot of gender and trans issues right at the top, which I think is really cool.
Does it play like a jukebox musical, or?
What's interesting about it, it's the retelling of Arcadia, an old story, and they sort of speak in Old English, but then they have the I guess, juxtaposition of the 80s music, which is really fun. So go see Head Over Heels, very fun. Peppermint is amazing from RuPaul's Drag Race. So talented, so good.
I'm gonna have to see
Yeah.
that.
It's really fun. There you go.
Cool.
Got that out.
Where can people find Closet Cases and you?
Oh, absolutely. You can go to closetcasesshow.com. Follow us on Twitter at Closet Cases or Closet Cases Show on Instagram and Facebook. And follow me at Shawn Hollenbach across all social, or go to ShawnHollenbach.com.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Hey, there I am. All right.
It's always great to have you.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for having me back. It's been a while.
It's been too long. Well, you took a little breather from things.
I was in hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying married life is
Exactly. Married life, creating a home, entertaining, like a Martha Stewart,
I love it.
I see the apron.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I can visualize the apron.
I have the apron.
And the heels.
What do you guys call the house again?
The Hollingsworth. Yes. His last name's Killingsworth. I'm Hollenbach. So we live in the Hollingsworth, and we have a backyard area. So I like to entertain a lot. 1 minute 30. I hear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fill it in, banter for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Quick, think of something. Think anything.
I want to see you do that joke, the roller skates.
Oh
joke.
gosh, I wish I could remember it. The only joke I can kind of remember, which I did the other day, is the top 10 reasons I should have known I was gay before I came out of the closet. Should I rattle them off really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10, I watched Dirty Dancing 7 times in one weekend, wishing I was Jennifer Grey. 1 minute. Okay, so number 9. People used to say to my parents, "You have such a lovely daughter." Number 8. I used to share a Tyco racetrack with my twin brother that I magically turned into a Dickensian Christmas village all year long. Number 7. I used to carry around a stuffed Pomeranian and say I'm waiting until I get a real one.
He's a show dog.
Exactly. Number 6. My first music purchase was Tiffany. I think we're alone now. I was. Number 5. Oh gosh, I won the Home Economics Award in 8th grade for making silver in my pants. And I'll skip to number 2. I used to lie and said I have a crush on Sandra Bullock. And the number 1 reason I should have known I was gay before I came out of the closet is my first job was at a truck stop. All right. All right.
Thank you, Shawn.
Oh my God, thank you guys.
And thank you for watching. And I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
And we will see you next time.